Preparation for the United Nations Association's Test of English.
Continuing from the last time, this is question number 4 of the expression series that can be used as it is, in essays and interviews. Question: what specific matters do you like about the United Nations or its specialized agencies?
Dr. Cape has drafted 16 sample answers. All the answers are convincing contents, unique to Dr. Cape, who is familiar with the UN situation, and summarize the activities and results of the United Nations and its specialized agencies in an easy-to-understand manner. We hope you find it useful for your exam preparation. Let's quickly take a look at the list of 16 patterns. 1. The spiritual aspiration of the UN Charter. 2. The dedication of the International Civil Service People. 3. The United Nations Peacebuilding Commission. 4. The work of IAEA. 5. The UN's pursuit of global disarmament and arms limitation. 6. The first ever global strategy to counter terrorism. 7. The Sustainable Development Goals. 8. UN Women. 9. FAO. 10. UNICEF. 11. ITU. 12. UNB. 13. The UN system is acting as a global think tank. 14. Promoting decolonization. 15. Climate change. 16. The beautiful blue flag. I hope you find an answer that matches your opinion. Now let's read them together. I like the spiritual aspiration of the UN Charter, aiming at achieving peace among people regardless of their national, ethnic, religious, and other identities. But I wonder how well the UN member countries have put it into practice.
I highly regard the dedication of the international civil service people, regardless of their institutional affiliation, in the UN system, whose professional commitment has contributed to much of the betterment of global well-being.
I cheer for the United Nations Peacebuilding Commission, which supports peace efforts in countries emerging from conflict. It brings together international donors, financial institutions, governments and troop-contributing countries, helps marshal resources, and proposes actions for peacebuilding and recovery.
As a citizen of the country that was victimized by nuclear bombs, I support the work of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, which has served as the world's nuclear inspector. The organization's experts verify that nuclear materials of the member countries are used only for peaceful purposes.
I appreciate the UN's pursuit of global disarmament and arms limitation. Though these goals have not been fully met, the UN has propagated the global long-term campaign to reduce and eventually eliminate nuclear weapons, destroy chemical weapons, strengthen the prohibition against biological weapons, and halt the proliferation of landmines, small arms and light weapons.
In the new millennium, all countries can potentially be targets of terrorist attacks. In this regard, I believe it is appropriate for the UN to provide its member countries with multilateral opportunities to coordinate their counter-terrorism efforts. It was due to the UN-based efforts that the international community managed to formulate the first-ever global strategy to counter terrorism in 2006.
I like the present global campaign of reaching the Sustainable Development Goals for the period of 2016 to 2030. I understand the UN has long devoted its attention and resources to promoting living standards and human skills and potential throughout the world. This is due to the recognition that the world is made of countries and regions so diverse in terms of development.
I like UN Women, a program that is dedicated to gender equality and the empowerment of women. It stands behind women's equal participation in all aspects of life, focusing on increasing women's leadership and participation, ending violence against women, engaging women in all aspects of peace and security, enhancing women's economic empowerment, and making gender equality central to national development planning and budgeting.
I would give credit to the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, that has long led global efforts to defeat hunger. The goal of universal food security is at the heart of its work. I understand that the organization also helps developing countries to modernize and improve agriculture, forestry and fisheries practices in ways that conserve natural resources and improve nutrition.
I think UNICEF is the most universally admired program of the UN, in terms of mobilizing resources for children, in all societies. Recently, UNICEF has also pioneered the establishment of Days of Tranquility, and the opening of Corridors of Peace, to provide vaccines and other aid, that are desperately needed by children, caught in armed conflict.
I think that the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, is valuable, bringing together governments and industry, to develop and coordinate the operation of global telecommunication networks and services. The organization has, among others, worked to improve telecommunication infrastructure in the developing world, and negotiated the global standards that ensure the seamless interconnection of a vast range of communications systems.
As a unique program, to promote grassroots-level involvement, I value the United Nations Volunteers, UNV, program that promotes volunteerism, to support peace and development worldwide. Volunteerism can transform the pace and nature of development, and benefits both society and the individual volunteer. Reportedly, UNV deploys close to 8,000 experienced women and men, of nearly 160 nationalities, every year.
I believe that the UN system is acting as a global think tank, at the forefront of research seeking solutions to many pending global problems. Many of the UN programs and its specialized agencies are leading sources of information and research on their specific issues. For instance, the UN's World Economic and Social Survey, the World Bank's World Development Report, the International Monetary Fund's World Economic Outlook, and other studies help policymakers to make informed decisions.
Clearly, the UN was successful in promoting decolonization. When in 1945, 750 million people, almost a third of the world population, lived in non-self-governing territories dependent on colonial powers. The global organization played an important role in bringing about the independence of more than 80 countries that are now sovereign nations.
I believe that the UN has been at the forefront in assessing science and forging a global solution to climate change as a global problem.
The best part of the UN, in my view, is its beautiful blue flag, which symbolizes the organization's peacekeeping operation, with the ultimate goal of re-establishing peace in areas of conflict. I would imagine that hardly any in the world would feel ill at ease when seeing the flag.
I hope that one day, the United Nations' steady efforts and wishes to continue to seek peace and cooperation in the face of various difficult situations will reach the world.
Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Cheers.